YouTube, what's good? It's your boy. I pull up to the house, or Paul, bringing you a new series of mine. I decided to start featuring another movie character for one of my favorite sports movies. This is some Madden 13 content, and I decided to create Rashid Hot Hands Hanon from the movie Little Giants. It's a story about a group of kids who couldn't make their town's main squad, so they decided to make up their own team. It was a bunch of kids that didn't know anything about football, and they ended up beating the best team in the town. As you saw, I made a speed first receiver, and I chose to go with the Cleveland Browns because the movie takes place in Urbana, Ohio. So it kind of makes sense, and I didn't want to go to Cincinnati since they already have AJ Green and didn't want to take anything from him. I decided to go the undrafted route just because, he wasn't even chosen by his team as a kid. So, I kept with the story that way and made him an undrafted free agent that's going to make the roster and do some things from there. As you can see from the edit player screen, Rashid Hot Hands Hanon, the receiver, number 88, just like the movie. A righty. I guess it doesn't really matter when it comes to catching the football, which you're supposed to do it with both hands anyway. 20 years old, 6'2", 195. He was a pretty tall kid in the movie, so I decided to make him about 6'2". He was pretty scrawny, so 195 makes sense. His equipment is just default. I didn't change anything. Just scroll through here if you like the model of his player. If you want to use any of that stuff, his attributes. A shout out to my cousin who just signed in, Bone Dilla. What's up? But 97 speed, 96 acceleration. That's pretty much the gist of his skills. His hands, you can see, are 70, so they're not that great. 65 carrying will probably need to be increased because I'm not trying to be one of those guys with fumbleitis. As you can see, kick returns and punt returns, I'm a 99, so I'll probably assume that role when I join the team. All the other attributes are pretty pedestrian. He's got a decent release rating, so I can choose to burn by some guys. Starting a career, I'm going to be all Madden, 7-minute quarters. I chose to become an instant starter just because it's Cleveland. They need help like ASAP, so I don't want to fight through the depth chart just for us to be losing games to start off. So I decided to make him a starter immediately. And let's get this thing going. First game, I'm gonna run through the entire preseason since you don't get much playing time anyway. As a starter, you only play the first quarter or so in each game. But this game, we're taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, who are actually going to be our Week 1 opponent as well. And here's Hot Hands Hanon, his first bit of action as I go deep. Colt McCoy throws a nice deep ball, and there's a reason why they made fun of him and called him Hot Hands kind of sarcastically, because at times he can struggle quite a bit. But next time out, Colt McCoy, trust me, I go across the middle with Rashid Hot Hands Hanon, and he brings in his first career catch for about 23 yards. And then on the very next play, we take it to the house. Let's go. I just abused that receiver that corner right there, blew right by his press coverage, and I score my first career touchdown with hot hands. So it's definitely something for the Cleveland Brown fans to look forward to. I know we have Josh Gordon on the squad. I think Muhammad Massaquoi was cut after this game, but between Hot Hands and Massaquoi and Josh Gordon, we have some deep threats, and there's Greg Little as well. And as you can see, here's me on the kickoff returns. I get a pretty decent return here, about 35 yards. So I'll definitely bring that aspect to the game as well. And Colt McCoy throws the final pass of the first quarter, which is actually the final pass of the game for us, the first stringers. So you can see my 2 catches went for 48 yards, 24 yards per catch, and that touchdown. So a pretty decent debut for the kid, especially being undrafted. So, we'll jump to the next game. Next game is against the Green Bay Packers. We're taking on Aaron Rodgers and his boys. And look who's at quarterback, Mr. Donovan McNabb, who throws an incompletion on his first pass to me, or to Hot Hands. But I kind of like having McNabb as he finds me when I create some space for a quick 14-yard gain. First down from the kid. And McNabb is going to be a better option. As I say that, he throws an interception that leads to a pick 6, but nope. The boy Hot Hands, he slows him down, brings him in, and keeps him from scoring, holds him to a field goal. Now this time we're going to try the deep ball, but I can't get open, so McNabb dials it back like it's 2004 or something, and gains 9 yards. Close to the first down, not quite. And we decided to go for it since we're not going to be on the field the entire game. We're just going to try to work it out and see what happens. McNabb finds an open tight end, and he drops it. So that's not cool. But here I am working out of the slot. I noticed that working out of the slot works wonders for me as I blow by the defense, leading to a 70-plus yard touchdown. Let's go. I tried diving in the end zone. I get cracked in the back, but it doesn't matter. We scored. As you can see from the replay that's coming up, I'm going to beat the initial press, get past the defense, and blow right by the first defender, the only defender that had a chance to get me, and then I'm gone after that. He's crossed, ankle's broken, and I'm gone. Peace. But look at that. So I'm definitely showing off what kind of asset I can be to this team with my speed as I try to go flying in the end zone and get cracked in the spine. But I didn't get hurt. And that was the last possession we had of the game. I had 2 catches, 93 yards, including that 75-yard touchdown. So, maybe me and McNabb, we can do some things as we take on now this is the Philadelphia Eagles. I apologize. The first game was against the Detroit Lions. We have the Philadelphia Eagles, his third game of the preseason, and McNabb, I don't know, man. He tried to do a little bit too much against the Eagles. Not here. This is my fault. Hot hands, can't bring the pass in as I get cracked by the receiver, by the corner. But a few different times, McNabb, it seemed like he was just doing too much. As I go across the middle on a quick slant route for 17 yards, first down, hot hands, Hanon and the Cleveland Browns. Let's go. Now, on the very next play, we try to get open. McNabb just seems like he's trying to overcompensate to make his team pay for getting rid of him, but he just ends up making us look bad. Here's my first punt return of the preseason, and probably the last, as I just fall over while catching it, and I stick us at the 3-yard line, which is not so good. They're not going to like that. They're probably going to take me off punt returns doing some shit like that. As I catch a quick slant, I've noticed that working out of the slot seems to work best. I get to attack the zones that are thrown at us, and then usually, the slot is reserved for the not so best. As I drop another pass, the not so best corners, so a third or fourth string. We decided to go for it, but I'm actually not on the field for the 4th and inches. Let's see what they call, whether it's going to be a play action or a running play. And I think McNabb makes quite a mistake here. And they're running the play action. He finds an open guy, and he throws a terrible pass, leading to a pick 6. Oh, Donovan, trying to do too much against the former team. Our next time out, we're going to go down the field again. We got 2 minutes left, so this may be our last possession of the period, as we're picked off again. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, DRC, who actually plays for my favorite team, the Denver Broncos now, picks us off. Actually was a pretty good interception. Can't really hate that. We get one more chance to come out, and I get a catch, and I try to make some things happen, and it leads to a first down. Let's see, we got 35 seconds left in, I want to say, the game, as McNabb just kind of puts too much air underneath it, and O.J. Otagwe picks it off, finishing our game for the first stringers. I finished that game, no touchdown this time, 3 catches for 37 yards, as now we're going to take on the Chicago Bears in the 4th and final preseason game before we get ready for the regular season opener against the Philadelphia Eagles again. So hopefully McNabb gets a stern talking to from the head coaches. Hey man, you got to make some things happen. You can't be throwing the ball away. I don't care if it's your former team or you want to show them up or whatever. You got to make something happen. Now, jumping ahead to this game against the Chicago Bears, boy, was it a doozy. Not this player in particular. I actually missed. The ball goes right through my hands. I couldn't believe it. So I said, hey, Don, you throw me another one. I got you. I promise. Great protection. McNabb chucks one up, and look at this catch. Looking like Megatron, jumping through 2 defenders and running around everybody as we're going to score our first touchdown of the day. Still can't get that diving into the end zone thing down quite right. But look at McNabb. He's hype. Hot hands. Hanon is hype. The Cleveland Browns fans are hype just because we've got some deep threats. Our defense is playing pretty well, although we got blown out by Green Bay. But it was preseason. No big deal. But hot hands, Hanon runs a great route. McNabb gets cracked as he throws. And look at that catch. Just jumping right over Peanut Tillman. You don't want to see me. And he's gone. Rashid hot hand, one hand. Once he's in the open field, it's a wrap, man. You're not going to catch him. Now, jumping ahead again, I'm going to bring out this punt return. And the fantasy seems to be over right here because I get cracked and I fumble. So just like I warned you in the beginning, I need to get that carry rating up so I'm not getting cracked by special teamers and fumbling the football. Now next time out, we try to go deep again, and I snap. Oh, I get cracked by the safety. Got to work on those hands. I'm probably going to use my spectacular catch rating. I'm going to get that up as we go deep again. And look at this catch. He runs right underneath it, and I embarrass Major Wright and the Chicago Cubs again. Don McNabb. I can't lie. Donovan McNabb, growing up, he definitely did have one of the best deep balls in the league. When he and T.O. first got together, or when he decided to go deep to Deshaun Jackson, those hookups were legendary, man, because he just put so much air and power underneath the ball when he went on those deep routes. So, I mean, that can be something we can look forward to if he makes the team, because, I mean, sometimes he struggled. But as you can see, those are both of my catches. Two catches for 134, 67 yards per catch. The first one went for 79 yards. And look at these are my final stats for the preseason. 9 catches for 300 plus, 4 touchdowns, a lot of yards after the catch. That's something that you definitely want to keep an eye on, just because I'm making things happen after I get my hands in the ball. 4 drops, not so great. My longest catch was 81 yards. That's what's up. But guys, the video is wrapping up. I hope you enjoyed my new series featuring Hot Hands Hanon. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Comment, like, subscribe if you're new. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate it. This is I Pull Up to the House. Peace.